Oh, hey. That was quick. Do you want to join Scarp? Okay, I'll join the podcast channel and just join if you want to talk. It's up to you. It says I'm offline. It's weird. Okay, I can't see chat right now if people are talking. So just give me 1 sec. Okay, I don't think anyone said anything, so... kind of like this card that's on the front page. It's got an unfortunate orphan, but it's kind of cool at the same time. But I'll get started anyway. I've got a couple ideas. Gosh, I don't know what to start with. Okay. Wait, that's not meant to be a beast. It's meant to be a mech. I wonder if there's any good art for this card. I might have to reflavor it because it's a pretty specific. There's like one kind of art, but not really. Maybe I'll just go with a bowl. Is this card broken? I wonder if there's an art of a mechanical Tauren. I somehow doubt that. There is a mech Tauren art, but that would be pretty funny. There's a good mech chicken art. A mech bear cat. A mech yeti. But no mech bull. I guess it could be any number of flavors. Okay, we'll go for a different one while. One that's less risky. Okay, has taunt while this does not have 5 remaining health. So you can buff it, kind of like Paragon of Light, or you can just, if it just takes damage, it'll have taunt. Oh my gosh, there's no good way to put this word in. Maybe that font size -8 was the best option. Yeah, that's probably fine. Maybe a Pandarin as the flavor. Or a Hosen. Cloud perched Hosen. If you knock him off the cloud, he'll be very angry. Lakitu. Yeah, maybe cloud perched. Cloud perched doesn't really make any sense. Not like cloud riding. Maybe just like Nimbus Hosen. Is there another name for Hosen? Oh, there is. There's Broketooth. There's a bunch of tribes. I wonder what this one is. Hey, logo. Welcome. I'm glad people are here now that I don't need to create this card name myself. This is not a mech, by the way. Definitely not a mech. You swapped to your shitty account. Yeah, Minecraft logo was nice. Very nice. Yes, has taunt. Well, this does not have 5 remaining health. Yeah, a strong card, kind of like a Tar Creeper replacement. I kind of like it. I feel like the game needs it. Maybe 5 can go to the next line. And if you buff it, it becomes really good. Like, put a banana on this, it's a 4 mana, 4/6 with taunt, so that's pretty strong. Yeah, 4 mana, 4/6 with taunt. Now we just need a cool name. Oh, the Kunzen are a tribe of Hosen found atop the sky range overlooking the heartland and the Valley of the Four Winds. Okay, this is definitely a Nimbus Kunzen, if anything. It's maybe too strong, but the name I had before, by the way, was Cloud Perched, which is a bit on the nose, but the idea is that if you knock him off his cloud, he gets angry and gains taunt. Nimbus Kunzen, or what about Kunzen Cloud Rider? It has some alliteration then. Yeah, and it makes more sense because Kunzen is technically the tribe name. Cool. I think this card has a lot of uses. It's like a Tar Creeper, has hand buff synergy, normal buff synergy. It's a kind of an anti-aggro / anti-token card. Cool. I just need to find the art source for this, and then we should be good for our first card. I think this is by Gen Z. So yeah, Gen Z. Cool. I'm satisfied with this. By the way, do you guys think that the slideshow should show only cards we've made today or cards we've made in any stream? Because I can do either. At this point, we've made 50 cards on stream. No, wait, 40? 50. 40 cards so far. So, like, someone comes in, there's a good chance that they'll see cards they've never seen before, which I think is cool. Any stream? Okay, cool. We can do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me just rearrange the folders a little bit and add the subfolders. Give me 1 sec. Oh shoot. And I guess they can go in random order now, because they were going in sequential order before, but it's probably better now that they go in random order. Psych melon with dragons? I mean, that's really probably not that bad. Is it in wild? Oh, that does sound bad then. I feel like there's just not enough dragons. Actually, I made this 15 seconds. I'm gonna change it back to 20 seconds. So we get 3 cards per minute. Okay, cool. Alright, next card. This one's a weird one. I don't know if this is a good idea at all, but... After a friendly secret is triggered, put 2 random other mage secrets into the battlefield. I'll check the wording on Bellring or Sentry. Yeah, they're still using that wording, unfortunately. It's strong. Strong though. You do have to have 2 secrets. And so it basically nets you... It nets you 1 secret. It's easy as mage? It is, but there's no deck that runs secrets right now. Like, the last time secrets were ever run was when Secret Mage was actually a thing. Oh, you're right. Thank you, logo. I need to reposition that now. I hate OBS sometimes. It can be really annoying. Can I? Does that look centered a little more? Yeah, that's good enough. It's probably a bit to the right. Oh well. Okay. I feel like this is... How about after a friendly secret is triggered, replace it and this with other random mage secrets. What do you mean suffers from glacial mysteries? No. It's it generates them. Okay, here's another idea for a similar effect. At the start of your turn, replace secrets that triggered last turn with random other mage secrets. Okay, no, that's never mind. Don't ignore that idea. Okay, we'll hold this idea on pause for now, because I'm not really super feeling it. Okay, I've got an idea. It's a priest 1/1/1 that is just precisely Acolyte of Pain wording. So whenever this minion takes damage, draw a card. I made this card like 2 years ago at this point, but I never actually made it. There you go. It is kind of 1 mana 1 moment death rattle draw a card. That's true. I mean, it literally is. It is a class card though, and it doesn't trigger death rattle synergies, which is actually kind of important for priest, I would say. You like the name, yeah. It's kind of a strong card, definitely. Like in a quest priest deck, they're definitely running Loot Hoarder, not this card. This could be running Buff Priest, Zoo Priest, something like that. Even though Zoo Priest is kind of a meme. Would be a quality card. Cool. Can find some good art for it. Yeah, and Priest definitely like generally just has strong draw, so I don't think it's too like concerning. I just found this art in the Discord. I don't know if it's super fitting, but 2 mana 1/1. Battlecry, cast a random 1-cost spell from your deck. Target shows randomly. It's interesting. Let me think. I like how it kind of thins out your deck. Is it neutral? I assume it's neutral. I think I like that a lot. I think each class looks at that card in a very different way, and that's a good thing. I think that should be an epic, and I think upgrade will take burst. Yeah, I agree. I think that it works really well in a variety of different decks and classes. Soul Infusion, yeah. There's a lot of random stuff that is pretty good. It's basically recruit a spell. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. You could call it Small Time Archivist for like a what's it called? Grand Archivist kind of quote. Oh, by the way, the nerfs are out today. I'm excited to see how that changes decks. We'll go with this Acolyte art. I'll look quickly on Google Images. But otherwise, this is definitely high quality art. There's a couple cool arts that are not super priesty. They're all the Acolytes are warlocks. Man, Blood to Acre was such a cool card. I missed that card. Oh, are the buffs already out? Oh shoot! I want to play those so bad. I knew the nerfs came out today. I guess it glazed over my head. Is Snip Snap out then? Snip Snap is not out, right? I'm worried about Snip Snap. Buffs aren't out. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. That comes out with Snip Snap in whenever. Snip Snap OTK is kind of fucked. I agree. I think it's gonna be nerfed. Like, okay, it's always too early to call it, but like, oh gosh, like, The only thing that's problematic with Echo is cost reduction. And like there's so much cost reduction on minions and especially mechs. Like Glinda, Mech Warper, Ziliax was already a thing. And so I'm just like, why? Why? I truly think it's gonna be a strong deck. I think Snip Snap just why would you print Echo Magnetic together? That's so problematic. I mean like I get why they did it. It's a cool design standalone. If you don't think about broken stuff that you can do with it, it's like okay, it's a pretty good standalone card. You can play it 3 times to get some magnetic buffs. You get lots of microbots. Like okay, broken shit aside, it's a cool card. But like I feel like it's so easy to change it and make it not broken. Like make it 4 mana and increase the stats. Gosh, I don't even know. Like I don't even know. I hope it's Snip Snap because I don't really care for that card that much. I think Reckless Experimenter's a lot cooler than Snip Snap. Mech Warper is more mana, more stats. Yeah, I agree. Just give it +1/+1/+1. And I'm gonna hit create on this one. Yeah. Your Psych Melon thing. I like Tandruid as a concept. Okay, this art, let me get to the art source. It says lowly on it, but I probably can find a better art source. Let's see. Yeah, lowly, owly, lowly, Oli. Lowly, Owly. What about a card that puts your weapon back in your hand? I don't know if you were here a couple days ago, but we did a very similar card. So I'm gonna avoid that just for now because we just made that like 2 days ago. It added an exact copy of your weapon to your hand instead of returning it. I think that's pretty interesting though. Oh, I had a cool idea for a weapon today. Okay, so my idea for this weapon was basically like Cursed Blade 2. It was a X mana 2/2 or something. And it says like Battle Cry, draw 2 cards, your hero takes double damage. The correct text is actually double all damage dealt to your hero. So basically, kinda yeah. We'll say it's 2 mana, sure. But like you play it, and so the Cursed Blade thing is that it's active for 2 turns, and you really can't attack minions, cause like this one though, like you attack with it the turn you play it. So it's really only 1 turn of the double damage. You could also replace it with another weapon. That's another option. Oh, weapons project, why? Ugh. I wonder if there's a way to make this work. Maybe just make it not that enticing to replace. Like, now if you weapons project this, it's pretty much just like worse arcane intellect. that's really interesting, logo. I don't think it'll fit on the weapon text. After your hero takes damage, double it and draw a card. It will be whenever. Whenever. It's technically not correct wording, but it definitely has to be worded like this so it fits on the weapon. I like this. It's kind of cool. I wonder what the correct stats is. Probably 4 mana 4/2. You got the win with the Dragon Warlock. 3 mana 4/2? Let me think. So gosh, this card's really hard to evaluate. I feel like 3 mana 4/2 might be. I don't want to say broken in Aggro Warrior because Aggro Warrior is not exactly like a deck right now, so it's pretty hard to evaluate. Maybe a 4 mana. Maybe just play it safe with the 4 mana 4/2. Yeah. Yeah. We'll just play it safe with the 4 mana 4/2. Gosh, I'm trying to think. It's like such a hard card. So if you attack an enemy 4 mana 4/3, I think that would be maybe a bit busted. I'm just gonna say 4 mana 4/2 for now, because you attack an enemy, you take a lot of damage, and you draw cards. Like 4 mana draw 2 cards is pretty good. You can potentially get milled, but I'm gonna say 4 mana 3/2. I honestly think it's like pretty strong. Because Warrior doesn't generally have an issue staying alive. They do have they have a decent amount of armor gain, and how to turn your hero into an Aglet of Pain. Yeah, actually, I just realized we just made 2 cards with like the same exact effect today, but that's kind of a coincidence. Maybe we make it a 3 mana 2/2. I don't know. This card is so hard to. Or maybe we just make it 3 mana 2/3 to like fully quote Cursed Blade. There's really a lot of directions for this card. I like using the WoW TCG cards for weapons. There's a lot of good weapon art. I'm gonna look through there real quick. There's some decent arts. I've always been a fan of this art right here. What do you guys think about that? It definitely looks a little bit like the original Cursed Blade, which I think is kind of nice. It's always a struggle getting the good crop on these though. The artist for this card is... This is from the WoW TCG card Glyph Trace Ritual Knife, and it is by Arthur Gameldanov. Oh no. Even after the nerfs logo, huh? Was he running prep? I guess he's trying to see how good the deck is. Accursed Dagger. I feel like this is generic and also kind of a roguey name. He wasn't running prep. Wow. Shadow Step. Dang. That's kind of crazy. How can we quote Cursed Blade in an interesting way? Bladed Curse. Blurst. Cade. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. What's some weapons that warriors use that look like this? Like what's the new for a sword? A blade, a sword. Oof. The classic tempo rogue. Maybe Martyr's Blade? Or we could go with a different flavor, a not Cursed Blade flavor, and go with this art, which I think I think I like this better. I'll show you in a second. Cutlass. Oh, that's interesting. Did you post something in art gallery? Anyway, this is maybe a slightly more fitting thing. Nice axe art. Oh, I like that. That's a nice axe art. Yeah, we can maybe go with that. What do you think of this needle thing? Otherwise, we'll go with the axe art. It's pretty nice. Yeah, okay. We'll go with this axe. This axe is nice. Bloodbound X. Isn't that a game? No, it's Bloodborne. Okay, what about Bloodbound X? Or Bloodbound Battle Axe? I think that's too much. I think X is sufficient. And I think this is a rare. I kind of want to push it to common. What was Cursed Blade? Cursed Blade was... Curse Blade was a rare. I kind of want to keep it common though. I feel like it can't be a common. It's like too crazy. We'll make it rare, and I'm gonna nerf it to 2 actually, or buff it to 2, because Curse Blade is like one of the worst cards in the game. It's like really bad. So this is a sizable benefit, but you can always just not attack the enemy, or just like store it up and then basically kill them on 1 turn, or just make them mill cards. Ah, this card's so hard to balance. Alright, I'm gonna keep it at 3 just to be cautious. I'm gonna call this one because we've spent a while on this card. This is our 3rd card. Let's see. This is, wow, we're going a bit slow today. Okay. Let's do a top-down card. I've got a cool art. Oh, I gotta get the art source for that weapon. Hold on. This is Matt Gasser. That was Matt Gazer, Matt Gasser. It's with an S. Alright, I've got a cool art. Yeah, I like doing top down too. This is definitely a rogue. What do you guys think about this? Maybe the orphan is acceptable here. This one? It does kind of have that rogue sap kind of feel. And I think part of the idea is like rogue likes to kill undamaged things. And so like they don't like things to be damaged, so when you return to your hand, it gets healed. I know that's kind of convoluted. And it does mechanically, even though technically it's a bit warrior-y, I think mechanically it plays nice as a like symmetrical sap, so you can shadow step basically a friendly minion. Or you can get a discounted sap, but it has to be damaged. And obviously that would be worse than sometimes just killing it. So I think it's a balanced and kind of cool card. I might just go with this and give it the old Shadows flair. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna call this one done because we probably just need to speed up the cards a little bit because I want to do 10 each day. It's my goal, basically. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see. Alright, tell me what you think about this minion. I started the day with this, but I couldn't really get anywhere with it. Partially because I'll leave the flavor empty. After a minion attacks this, it attacks your hero. Or maybe just remove the taunt. Tough sell. Not a fan. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, okay, I agree. It's kind of a weird effect, and it doesn't really do that much. Since it can mean the attacking minion. After a minion attacks this, it attacks your hero. Oh yeah, you're right. I meant for it to be the attacking minion. So, but regardless, I think I'm just gonna scrap this effect. After a minion attacks your hero, this attack that minion. Oh, like again? I guess it's basically just like. Oh. I see. After a minion attacks your hero, this attacks that minion with stealth. I think the only reason I don't like that is because it's weird with the stealth interaction, because I think it loses stealth. I don't actually know, because they changed that interaction. And so I think it's just kind of unintuitive how that works. But I like the idea besides that. And regardless, like, if it doesn't have stealth, then it's basically just a taunt. So, or more like a bull for ram shield effect, so I don't think it's that worth it. But, okay, I've got a weird idea for a card. I want to, like, make it less clunky. But it's a druid spell. It's not called Regrowth, I'm just putting in a random name. But it's something like refresh your mana crystals. Or if you have less than 10, otherwise draw a card. So basically it's like yeah. I haven't really started balancing it yet, but basically it's like a card that refreshes all your mana crystals, but you can't do it past turn 10. So like a reverse Coon, basically. So not a combo card, but rather a tempo card. Maybe like 2 mana. Okay, so is it broken at 2 mana? Say like turn 5, you play 3-drop, you play this, then you play 5-drop. So this is effectively 0 mana, gain 3 mana. Yeah, that would be strong. Yeah, okay. I don't really like this idea. I don't think it's very workable. Let's see. Okay. Okay, what about Shaman Legendary? It says, where is Shaman? Death Rattle. Destroy an overloaded mana crystal to resummon this. What if it worked like the priest guy? Zarek. In what way? So like death rattle if you overloaded resummon this? Like if you are overloaded instead of destroy. I feel like part of the issue with that is that then your opponent, well, yeah, not that it's too easy, more just like your opponent has no incentive to kill it then. Because with Zarek, like, you can get it over with, like you can destroy the Zarek, it'll resummon, and you can try to like speed up the process of it resummoning itself or whatever. But if it doesn't, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one. I can't think of a quick modification that makes it super easy, or a better effect rather. Okay, I got a weird card. Just return to your hand. I guess that's interesting, but then they still just don't kill it, right? They just wait till you're not overloaded. Oh, actually, I have a different idea, but like Battle Cry, return, add copies of all cards, like all copies of all cards that caused your current overloaded mana. This is a bad wording, but I can't really think of how to word. But let's say you're overloaded for 2. One of it is from Voltaic Burst, and one of it is from Lightning Bolt. You'll get both cards. Oh yeah, I guess like no matter what I do for this card, Kragwa is just going to be a cooler, better implementation of it. So I feel like it's probably not worth exploring, because Kragwa just does this better. Return any cards that overloaded you to your hand. Yeah, I just wanted to reference like the current overload. That's why the word current is in there. But I think your wording is slightly better. But I don't think... I mean, I guess it works with minions, but... I don't know. I think Kragwa is still just like cooler than this. Okay. Fenstrider. Maybe add the cliche, remove overload. Maybe, yeah. I feel like it's gonna get really wordy then. Unlock your overloaded mana crystals and add the cards that caused it to your hand. Maybe we can go back to this. I have an idea for a card though. I don't know if Fenstrider would be a beast, but it would be Battlecry, Silence a Minion, Death Rattle. If it is still alive, return this to your hand. Oh, it's an awful text box. Or maybe a different iteration is draw a card. If you haven't played it, return this to your hand. Probably not going to be a Fence Strider anymore. I don't really know what Fence Striders are. I just know that it's got a cool art. Gotta leave? Alright, thanks for coming though. We'll see you. Thanks. Draw a card. If you haven't played it, return this to your hand. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of hard to keep track of. Wonder if there's a different way to do this. So we have silence a minion if it's still alive. Return this to your hand. Draw a card. If you haven't played it, return this to your hand. What else can you do? Maybe like Battle Cry, choose a minion. Destroy it. Or all enemies if it's already dead. I know Voodoo Doll is like the same exact thing. Not all enemies, by the way. All enemy minions. Battlecry, take control of a minion until this leaves the battlefield. Is that the wording of that one Stasis Elemental card from the Tavern Brawl? Yes, it is. Until this leaves the battlefield. I think this might be fair at really low health. Like a 5-mana 5/2. And you can't even bounce it. I have some cool art for this. If I can find it. Or actually, I don't know. This is not the art I was thinking of, but I almost kind of like this jellyfish. Make it an epic. Maybe just make it a priest card, honestly. I guess it doesn't really have a good reason to be a jellyfish. I just like the art. Let me see if I can find this art that I'm thinking of. It's kind of this guy with his brain in a jar. Oh, I found it. Okay, cool. Mind Swapper. Something. Maybe just like Brain in a jar. Or what if Brian in a jar and it's a legendary? This is so dumb. I kind of like how dumb it is though. Brain in a jar. That's really dumb. Oh, I think it can also be higher stat now that it's in Priest. This card's kind of hard to evaluate. It's a pretty good tempo play. And if they just like play something like big, like in Arena especially, this would be really good. Okay, I think I'll just go with this. Yeah, we'll go with this. I have an idea for like a Hemet replacement. Battlecry, discover a card from your deck, draw it, and destroy. Just draw it and destroy all cards that cost less than it. Maybe Hemet is a card not truly deserving of a replacement. And actually, like, if you discovered Mechathune and you had your combo, then that would be the easiest win ever. So maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, what about a Paladin 1/1/1? It says Battlecry, choose a minion. The next spell you cast on it gives you 2 mana. Probably not a common, probably rare or epic. This can be used for enemies and also for removal. I know Paladin doesn't have a ton of removal, but it's also like free Sound the Bells. So if you play this on turn 3 with Sound the Bells, you get 1 mana 2/3 basically. I mean, it's not like amazing, but is that what Sound the Bells is? Yeah, right? Is it +1/+2 for 2 mana? Yeah, it is. Okay. Maybe we'll go with this. I don't know if there's any Tuskar art, but I feel like a Tuskar would be kind of cool. There's like a really shortage of Tuskar art. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of Tuskar art that would fit this card. Okay, so not a Tuskar, but actually, I think I'm gonna reword it and say for a turn. Just to be more clear, the next spell you cast on it gives you 2 mana for a turn. Is this still gonna be a ridiculously small text? Yeah. Oh yeah, I want -3. Maybe like a whelp. I don't know. Probably not a whelp. Probably not a Murloc either. Probably just some sort of paladin looking guy. This is by Pavel Olenek, I think. I'll double check. That's just what the URL from Discord says. Shrivala's, how do you spell Shrivala? Shrivala's patron. Oh, it's Shrivala. Shrivala's patron. I feel like this is fine. Make it a rumble card. Crab octopus? What the heck? That's not even a... I guess it is a crab octopus, but I feel like the main thing is a bunny, which they did not even mention. Okay, I've got an idea for a small shaman minion. Battle cry. Choose a minion. Its Death rattles trigger an additional time. Additional time. Shamany guy. I wonder if there's any good art from Rumble. I really like the Rumble adventure art for Shaman. Let's see what there is. There's a Murloc, but I feel like this is not a super fitting Murloc effect. Yeah, I don't think there's any really great Rumble art for this one. What cards did Shaman get in Rise of Shadows? A bunch of Murloc stuff, right? Yeah, some swampy Murloc stuff. What do they get in Rumble? Voodoo, Haunting Visions, some Elementals, some Frog stuff. I wonder if there's what's an easy way to flavor a death rattle thingy? There's some maybe I'll just go with this Rumble art from Evgeny Dlinov, EVGENIYDLINNOV. It's from the Rumble card War Heralder. Maybe this art will at least give me a start, because I'm not exactly sure where to go for the name. I feel like Heralder is a kind of weird word, but he's kind of like heralding in the death. So maybe we could use a similar word. Oh, it's really good with that big bad voodoo card. Voodooer. It's kind of a weird, dumb name, but voodooer, voodoo, evildoer, voodoo evildoer, maybe. Yeah, I'll go with that. Voodoo Evildoer. I guess it does kind of fit Rumble really well, especially with Big Bad Voodoo as a card. Even though it was not designed as that. And I guess just to determine whether or not it's balanced. I mean, you pretty much have to combo it. It's like a delayed play dead. And play dead is 1 mana 0/0 basically. So you get a 1/2, but it's delayed. The death rattle, the extra death rattle is basically delayed, so I think it's probably fine. And I guess in niche cases you can use it to trigger negative enemy death rattles, but that's probably niche. And then it also works with Battlecry synergy cards like the 2 mana 1/1 Murmuring Elemental, because it says additional time instead of twice. So I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, I'll be done with that one. See, we're at 7 cards. All right. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if anyone's even here, but I'm back. Let's see. Okay, I have a crazy idea. So 1 mana 3/3, legendary, battle cry, you no longer gain mana crystals at the start of your turn. So pretty good aggro card, but you need to play it at a very important time. Or you can play it on 10 mana and it's a 10 mana 1/3/3, which is not that good. But, or you can play it as Druid, I guess. Still probably not that good. It's pretty much just an aggro card. You need to play it probably turn 3 or 4. I was thinking maybe it can be a beast, like some sort of, like, I don't know if there's any, like, really annoying pests in WoW. Wow, annoying pests. Annoying bosses. I'm not really sure if there's any, like, nuisances, but I feel like this thing should be a bug, some sort of flying bug. Let's see. There's not a ton of bug art. Is there any small bosses? I brought me to the page for mini boss, which is not exactly what I wanted. Maybe I have some fitting art. I feel like this is some cool art by Jordan Tuffan, spelled JOURDANTUFFAN. I'm not sure how fitting it really is, but it's cool. Maybe we'll go with this. I want to go with something other than Walking Fortress, which is the most generic name. I'm just looking at art, seeing if there's anything that really fits. Also, this song is kind of dragging on. Maybe we use this art. I've used it before, but I think it's a really good art. This is by Josh Harris. And guess we just need to think of a kind of like overcharged goblin name. Mark the Mega Charged. Or Mark is a different name. Marv. Marv. Could also be Battlecry. This game. Your minions get +1/+1 whenever you would gain a mana crystal. I don't think anyone is really in chat right now, so I can't really give any feedback, but I feel like I don't really like this floaty effect. I'm just gonna go with you can no longer gain mana crystals and call it a day. I'm starting to get kind of tired, so I just want to wrap up these last 2 cards. Or maybe I'll finish with 9 today and just do 11 tomorrow, when hopefully there will be more people watching. Yeah, we'll call this one done. I think we're at 8, maybe 7. Let's see. Yeah, that was 8. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna do one more since no one's watching. And then just do an extra one tomorrow. I had an idea for a pirate. Battlecry, gain +1/+1 for each weapon the hero has equipped, basically. For each hero with unequipped weapon. I don't really like how it's like it can't tell if it wants to be a weapon tech card or weapon synergy card. I think we'll just go with it. Wrap it off with a simple one. It kinda, I was trying to make a card like this a couple streams ago that gained rush if you had a weapon, and taunt if your opponent had a weapon. Oh, welcome back, Scorp. Here should be lowercase. I'm gonna trust you on that. My brain has stopped working. I've been up for a while today. Cool. Always down. Unless you want to use them, of course, for your expansion that you are now undertaking. Oh, about the stream. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works too. Or is it about the stream? Or about the podcast? Yeah, either one I'm fine with. Cool. Actually, I'm gonna change the effect to something completely different. I'll just say force a minion to attack your hero. So it's a 1 mana 2/2 pirate. Weapon synergy. You can use it to sacrifice or open eggs. And he's very hungry. He's a null, right? Yeah. Simple-minded but vicious hyena-like humanoids. Wow. This art is so amazing. I'll make sure to get the source. He's basically trying to find birds to poke with his fork. It's by Ishmael Hoover. It's just so ridiculous. Because they're on a pirate ship. Oh my gosh, my brain is so dead. But I gotta stream. I want to keep a schedule up. Maybe do this for like a month. At the end of the month, if I stream for every single day, make 10 cards a day, that'll be 300 cards, which is a lot. But hopefully there'll at least be a couple good ones in there. Just like ravenous outlook. He's looking for ravens. Hidden flavor. Okay, I'm gonna call this one done. Cause I'm gonna end this stream here. Ravenous outlook. Alright, let's see what we made today. A lot of 1-cost cards. Wow. We made 6 1-cost cards. I can't seem to make anything else today. Okay, so we made Kunzen Cloud Rider, which is kind of variant on Tar Creeper. A strong 3-drop with taunt-ish that works well with buffs and works well against token decks. We have Acolyte, which is a Acolyte of Pain reprint in quotation marks. Good with buffs, similar to Loot Hoarder, but Loot Hoarder's probably better in certain Death Rattle decks. We have Bloodbound Axe, which is a kind of based on Cursed Blade a little bit. We were really unsure about the balancing on this card, so we ended up putting it at 3 mana 2/3 somewhat conservatively. It has the same exact downside as Cursed Blade, but whenever you take damage, you draw a card. So it kind of turns your hero into a Acolyte of Pain, which was a coincidence based on the previous card. We have Vanishing Axe. This is kind of a top-down card. It's kind of like a conditional sap / Shadow Step that works well with, well, not works well, but it kind of has some sort of duality where it's better than sap because it's 1 mana, but you generally don't want to return a damaged minion, and it's worse than Shadow Step on friendly minions, but there's the flexibility. So then we have Brain in a Jar. Take control of a minion until this leaves the battlefield. So it's like a cheap mind control that you can kill pretty easily. I was having a hard time balancing this one, but anyway, this is what we ended up with. I have Serval's Patron. This one can be used for buffs pretty well, or can be used to kind of reduce the cost of your spells as removal. I don't know, not too much else to say about this card. I would have liked to go for a more intricate flavor, but yeah, another 1-cost card. And here's another one, even. Voodoo Evildoer. Choose a minion, its death rattles trigger an additional time. So I chose to use the word additional here instead of twice so that you can stack it if you get Battlecry stacking. So I think that's kind of a cool mechanic, is that Battlecry stacking will lead to death rattle stacking. It's good with Big Bad Voodoo, which is why I kind of went for the Voodoo flavor. I didn't design it around Big Bad Voodoo, but it happens to work pretty well, so I just put it there and Rumble with a Voodoo flavor. Marv the Mega Charged is kind of crazy. You no longer gain mana crystals at the start of your turn, so you gotta time this card really well when you play it. It was inspired by the original design for Yogg-Saron, where you start with 3 mana crystals and never gain them. But in here it's just you no longer gain mana crystals. And then finally, Revenant's Outlook. I really don't like this card. I just was kind of thrown in the towel, but force the minion to attack your hero, so it's obviously got pirate synergy with some kind of implicit pirate synergy with weapons. Because your hero has attack on your turn. I'm pretty sure that's how it works based on misdirection, if I remember correctly. And then you can use it to also pop eggs, I guess, but I don't think there's been too many decks that run weapons and eggs. I think eggs are mostly a Warlock thing, so it's just kind of a minor aspect of the card. But yeah, there you go. Thanks to anyone who tuned in today. Should be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be a bit more energized tomorrow, and I'll be making 11 cards instead of 10. And so yeah, I'll see you then.